Good evening and welcome back to another Pilot Edge I rating. I'm Jay, and we're going to be flying the very last of our ratings. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of flights after this. This is when I'm going to be done my training. So, we're going to go ahead and get the sim fired up here in just a second. It's loading right now in the background. I've got Swami here in the chat channel with me, which is going to be awesome. He and I did a little bit of planning at the end of the last video, so if you didn't see that, feel free to go check that out. We'll go over it really super quickly again, just so that everybody who's new here can pick that up. And yeah, we're going to get out of here very shortly. So the I-11 rating is the last one. It sort of combines all the things that we're supposed to know how to do and puts them together in one big bundle and makes sure that we can actually do them. So we are going to be flying to from Corona Municipal Airport. And I'm going to be bringing that up here in just a second. The sim is still loading. Of course, I've got ortho for everyone here, or for this entire area. So we are going to, let's see here. Just before I load the sim, make sure I don't have a problem. The weather is going to be 280. So we're going to take off on 25, so we're going to park on the east end of the field, which is good for us. Clear. All right. So we're going to be flying from Corona up to Victorville. And Victorville is a neat little airport. I've never been there, but it's also known as Southern California Logistics. So I'm not sure why one's called one and one's called the other. Let's go ahead and bring up the load screen here, and I'm going to update some of our settings so that you guys can see where we are flying. So this is KAJO to KVCV. There we go. Should have updated right up at the top of the screen for you there. And the sim is loading. So let's go ahead and take a quick look. So this is where we're flying from right here. Corona Municipal, Paradise VOR, Victor 442, out to Apples, and then over to Victorville. So let's go ahead and get this entered into our flight charts. So here they are. Paradise, Victor 442, Apples. That's awesome. So what are we going to need for some charts here? We're going to need our airport minimums. So this is our chart of the actual airport here at Corona. And we're going to be taking off down here, expecting a 2.5 takeoff based on the weather today. So we'll see how that works out. We're going to be flying. We're not going to need, we don't have any departures. We just have arrivals anyway and approaches. But we're not going to need in any of those. We're going to be flying the obstacle departure procedure. And the obstacle departure procedure says fly over here, fly in some circles until you get to a certain height, and then fly out. And if you want to see how you figure out how to calculate those, ask Swami, because Swami knows. Swami's the man. Once we get over here to Victorville, we're going to be doing the VOR DME approach, and we're going to be doing, we're going to be landing at the airport, of course. So if we look at, wow, what is this, Swami? No, Swami doesn't. Wow, so this is a 12.2 DME arc off of Victorville. Wow. Okay. So, what this means is that the entire time that we are flying, we have to remain 12.2 nautical miles from Victorville. So we fly into Apples. This is the Paradise VOR that we're going to be flying from. And we have to remain 12.2 miles until we get all the way over here to Weenod, at which point we can take the approach. Wow. This is going to be good, guys. I actually don't 100% know how to do this. Yeah, man. This is going to be good. So the one thing that I did see about this is that you set the different, so this is the 089 radio, outbound. And so if we have the 089 radio, actually, it doesn't matter which. We could use the 269 radio, and that might actually be better. Because the 269 will continue to go down to the 170, but we can just keep turning this radio and then flying directly towards it. So we move the radial 10 degrees, turn 10 degrees, and if we need to go further out, we turn slightly less. So basically, instead of flying this like a circle, we fly it like a bunch of little straight lines. So this straight line, and then this straight line, and then this straight line. Think of them as like flying the tangents of this circle. So this is going to be interesting. I don't know whether I can do this or not. But we're going to give it a shot. So let's go ahead and get the plane fired up. There you go. Plane is fired up. Got plenty of fuel. Close the doors, all that stuff. And let's get some information up here. And let's pull up the airport diagram over on my other screen. And they have SoCal departure on 135.4. So let's get some frequencies. Departure is on 135.4. Traffic is on 122.7. So this is a non-towered airport. So we're going to get our IFR departure clearance, which means they're not going to let anything come in or out of here. And then, and once that happens, we'll have to talk to our area traffic. Once we are on the way, we are going to need some information over here from Victorville. And Victorville has a couple of frequencies. It has tower on 118.35. And then we have Joshua departure And Joshua departure is on 124.55. And I'm going to guess that that's going to be Joshua approach as well. So that's fine. And while we're here, we want to look at what the missed approach procedures are. So the missed approach is up to 5,000, up to 3,500 straight ahead, right turn via the 300 heading, and the 269, yeah, wow, okay. To ether. Okay, so that's the thing. We got to do that. We can do that. That's not a big deal. That's actually pretty straightforward. Okay. I don't know about a tutorial. Let's see if I pass, and then you can call it a tutorial. How about that, Swami? All right, so Joshua departure is going to be on... it may end up quickly being a what not to do. So we've got tower, we've got that, we've got ground, just in case we need it. We may stay on frequency with these guys. But ground is on 124.45, just in case we need it. And then when we look at the Victorville Airport, where do we want to park? I guess there's not a lot of places to park. What not to do is just as good as what to do, in my mind. All right, so let's get some weathers. The weather here at Corona is 280, 13 knots, gusting to 19. So 250 is going to be the right runway for us. The altimeter is 2984, so we can go ahead and set that right now. 2984. Go ahead and set that. That's good. And yeah, it's clear. So everything is good there. Victorville is a 130. No, I'm sorry. It's a 190. 190 at 13 knots. And it is 10 miles clear, and it's 2992. So right to base, or right to standard there. So that's our weather for Victorville and for Coronado, or I don't know how you say it. Is it Corona? It's got to be Corona. Yeah, it's got to be Corona. Man, I just could use a beer right now. How about you? All right, so we've got our departure frequency, we've got our traffic frequency. Let's go ahead and file a flight plan. I'm going to do this right over here. And northeast is an odd altitude. And we are flying northeast. So we'll file for 9,000 because that's our minimum altitude. So we'll say 220 IFR, November 143 Victor Tango, that's me. We're in Epic. We're slant Gulf, which means we have GPS that is not going to help us in any way, shape, or form here today. Cruising altitude 9,000. 442 apples, and we'll just tell them, we're going to make a little note here for them that this is the I-11 rating. Wish me luck with the DME arc. We'll give it a go, see what happens. All right, let's get some radios set. We're gonna need a couple of radios configured before we call them up. So first things first, on my main radio here, I'm going to do 135.4. And yeah, there we go. There is departure. And on this other radio, I'm going to do a frequency that I won't need for more than a minute. And that's how I do left and rights. My left radio here, my primary radio, is the one that I use most of the time. And the other one is the one that I think I'm going to need least. So I put like ground and tower over here. And in this case, I'm going to put 122.7. I mean, you can do it any way you want. It's completely up to you. It's just what makes sense to me. 122.7 is our Unicom frequency. And then we're also going to put in here the Victorville Tower, and we'll be able to switch to this. And this will just be sitting there waiting for us when we get over to Tower. So this is going to be 118. Oops, shot right past it. 118.35. So that's Victorville Tower. So we won't use that. Once we're up in the air, we can switch these two, and everything will be fine. Kind of surprised I haven't heard anything yet out of 135.4. I'm sort of listening to see if that will come in for us or not. But on the other side of this, I'm going to think Joshua Approach is probably my next call. So we're going to program this to 124, because this isn't that long of a flight, 12455. So I think that's Joshua Approach. May not be. If it is, great. If it is not, that's fine too. We're just sort of, oh, I know why it's not. Give me 1 second. I'm going to log into the network. There we go. We're officially connected to the network now. And so we should, yeah, got to have the network in order to hear them. Yeah. I am a good Twitch streamer. I am good at this.
Quebec November, Joshua Approach, go ahead.
All right, Swami, you could hear her, right? You can hear me, you can hear her. Hey, at least we're having fun.
Goes out of 1,000 or Victory?
There you go. Swami's happy. That means he can hear the ATC. Perfect. So
Victory 52 Quebec November, are you an Epic 1000 or the chat?
Let's go ahead and enter.
Epic 2 Quebec November, no problem. Squawk 4650, I down.
And then we're going to insert another waypoint. This is going to be PDZ. This is the Paradise VOR.
Back 89 uniform, your radar
Perfect.
contact 14 miles northeast of Guadalupe VOR. Set a marine altimeter 2989er.
Going to insert an airway, and this is Victor 442, and then we're going to get off at Apples.
Quebec 352, Quebec November, your radar contact 8 miles north of Palmdale VOR. Palmdale altimeter 2990.
So there's that, and we're going to insert an arrival, and this is where this is going to get interesting. Okay, so we're going to say
GPCP leaving 5000, turn right heading 055 when able, clear direct Julian.
So I want to point out, this is the VOR DME runway 17 approach. It has this arc. You have to fly this arc. Okay, so I'm going to choose VOR DME or VOR 17 from Apples. And I just want to show you, does that look anything like an arc? Anything at all? Even remotely close? Look. It has Blythe.
Bear 437 Papa Delta SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 6000.
If you fly this directly, you fail this test. I'm just saying. We've got to remain at all times 12.2 miles from Victorville, and this will not do it. So that's this test right here. That's the whole thing. Well, and the crazy hold at Paradise as well. So we got to be ready for that. That is not such a big deal. We just did the Paradise VOR hold. Or we just did a hold here not long ago. So when we come up to Paradise, let me zoom in here. So Swami, you're going to help me on this, right? So we're going to come out here, fly this way. We're going to make a turn back to 210. And then we're going to go out 030 and back to 210, 030, 210 until we reach at least 6,700 feet. Why 12.2? That's a great question. Let me go ahead and bring this chart back over. I'll show you. So if I open up Victorville and I bring up the approach plate, it tells you right here 12.2 DME arc Victorville Alpha. Now, my guess, if I had to guess, is that there's some terrain right in here. And in fact, you can see one thing here that says that this is 4,000 feet. Okay? It's also got us...
To Julia Alpha, SoCal departure, cancel altitude restriction.
It's also got us here at 6,600 feet the entire time that we're doing the arc. You can also see a high point here at 4,200. So my guess is that they don't want us flying over that because of terrain issues. It also might be, just as a...
800 uniform, contact Los Angeles Center 133.
Just to bring over something else.
135.5, 35.5.
There's also another airport right here. This is the Apple Valley Airport. There's another airport right here, another little untowered private airport, Osborne. They want us to come around this way, maybe just as simple as keeping us out of all of this nonsense of planes taking off and landing here. So it could be either one of those things. I honestly don't know. But that's still what we got to do. We got to make the arc and then come back in.
And a uniform Los Angeles Center, good evening.
So,
Caravan 86 Golf, traffic 230 moving near 3 o'clock, 2 miles, opposite direction, altitude indicates 5,800, type unknown.
Basically, the way I plan on doing this is making sure that I know how far away from Victorville I am, and keeping us at 12.2. And as soon as I start to get a little further out, I'm going to turn the heading and come back in a little bit. And so I'm planning on flying lots of little tangents is what my plan is. Now, I have to make sure that I can tell how far away I am from Victorville. So, I think what's going to do that is this area right here for us. Okay? And so I need to set up a couple of radios.
891 Alpha Tango, John Wayne Tower, wind 240 at 6, runway 20 left to Kilo, clear for takeoff.
So Victorville, just to start out with, is going to be 109.05. So that's going to be Victorville. So we'll pop that in over there. That's not going to do anything for us. We're not anywhere near Victorville right now. The next one that we need is going to be the Paradise VOR. And if I look at the Paradise VOR,
Delta, turn right, heading 060, when it will clear track Julian.
I've got to find the frequency for Paradise VOR.
Runway 360 Bravo.
Ah, there it is.
Runway.
We're close to it.
24, taxi via Echo Alpha.
There you go. And so that's been identified. You see how that says PDZ? So that's been identified. So we're good there. So we know for a fact, and we can see that we're 3.6 nautical miles from Paradise. And so that's goodness.
Epic 2, Quebec, November, Concord Bridge 135.4. Have a great night.
So the last thing I got to figure out
is 1 Alpha Tango, your radar contact SoCal departure.
Which way do I need to turn? After I take off on
SoCal
25.
Departure, November 352, Quebec, November. We're 9,500. We're going to be start descending down to 5,500.
352, Quebec, November, SoCal. Good evening, Ontario, altimeter 2986.
2986.
So, off of runway 25, we're going to be doing a climbing right turn. I'm glad I checked that.
Yo.
So, we're going to do a climbing right turn direct to Paradise. Once we get to Paradise, that's when we're going to do that. We're going to fly through it a little bit, go up on the 210, and then make the parallel hold entry to make sure that we get up to 6,000. So that all makes sense to me. Let's go ahead and get ready to call. So we're going to be cleared to Victorville.
Alpha Tango, SoCal approach. Good evening. Cancel altitude restriction.
And I'm going to guess he's going to say Paradise.
Alpha Tango, John Wayne, altimeter 2987.
Victor 442, and then as filed, I'm guessing.
360 Bravo Golf, San Bernardino Tower, runway 24, clear for takeoff. Wind 240 at 11.
And he's going to say expect 9,000. Departure is going to be back on this frequency. So let's go ahead and flip this over. And this is SoCal departure. SoCal departure, Epic 143 Victor Tango, on the ground at Corona IFR to Victorville for the I-11.
Seven 786 Golf, SoCal. 86 Golf, you have to use the VFR corridor for now. You can expect a Bravo clearance as you get a little shorter, get a little closer. Boeing 0 Bravo Golf, connect SoCal to bridge. Any aircraft with the I-11 request. Call sign only, please. A 3 Victor Tango.
Roger, 3 Victor Tango.
143 Victor Tango. SoCal approach. Roger. Clear to the Victorville Airport is filed. Maintain 4,000. Expect 9,000 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.4, squawk 6402. Hold for release.
Cleared Victorville as filed, maintain 4,000, expect 9,000. Departure 135.4, squawk 6402. 3 Victor Tango.
Victor Tango, read back correct. You can call me short of the runway number 1 for departure. I'll have to release at that time. Frequency change approved.
Roger, frequency change approved. We'll call you at number 1. 3 Victor Tango.
Right now, 1 Alpha Tango. When I cancel the altitude restriction, that did not cancel the heading restriction, but you can resume on navigation. Now maintain VFR.
So, let's go ahead and set the squawk code, because if I don't do it now, I will forget it.
SoCal departure, Boeing 360, Bravo Golf, 6,000.
360 Bravo Golf, SoCal radar contact, climb and maintain 13,000.
13,000, Bravo Golf.
So, 6402. Altitude. Okay, so that's good. We got our flight plan all set up, so we're fine there. Obviously, we're going to just use these as guidelines. We're not actually going to fly these. And he's got us capped at 4,000. We'll expect 9,000 at some point in the future. Yeah, so that's good. We're going to do a parallel hold entry. So when we take off, we're going to go direct. So we'll go into heading mode, and I'll just aim us over there towards Paradise myself. And then once we get through Paradise, we're going to come out on a 210 heading, make a left turn, a parallel entry, and then we'll be into the hold until we get up above 6,700. So that works. I am good with all of that. I feel like I know what I'm doing. That's almost scary. Let's go ahead and get this thing started up. So, fuel switch on. And pop all of those. Standby altimeter, igniter, and hold the start switch. Engine comes alive.
Check engine.
It is present. The engine is there. I can see it. Flight director is on. Oh, got to turn on all of the rest of this stuff. Starter gen. Pusher on. Beacon. Going to be ready to go here very shortly.
Center 133.55.
We'll turn on all of our radar and everything.
Bravo Golf, no problem.
And the separator. So there we go. Got some light on the console. That's a little interesting.
360 Bravo Golf, LA Center, Roger. Climb and maintain flight level 400. 352 Quebec, November. Connect SoCal 128.1.
128.1 to Quebec, November.
Okay, so
352 Quebec, November, SoCal. Good evening, gentlemen. Altimeter 2987. Plan straight in 20 right, advising you have the airport safe.
there we go. So 25 is just going to be off to our left.
Right it is. You can connect tower now 126.8.
Nice short little taxi compared to some of the other ones. We're going to have to lose ATC for just a minute because I got to make some some calls. Corona traffic, Epic 143 Victor Tango, east taxi to runway 25. Corona. We don't need no stinking run up, so we're going to stop right here. And we're going to flip back over. SoCal departure, Epic 143 Victor Tango, number 1 for runway 25.
43 Victor Tango SoCal, roger, release for departure, time now 0314, cleared spoiled if not off by 0320, change to advisory frequency is approved.
Clear, if not off by 20, report back, and change to advisory, 3 Victor Tango. Okay. Corona traffic, Epic 143 Victor Tango, runway 25, departing, runway 25, Corona. So I don't see anything on final, so we're good. Let's head on out. One last check for final, nothing there. Two-5 identified. Means we're on the right runway. Out of beta mode, bring the power up. Flaps to takeoff. And up we go. So now we make our right turn.
Autopilot engage.
Push power forward. And turn back. And let's switch back over.
Approaching waypoint.
And we'll go direct to Paradise.
7623 Juliet, Palomar Tower, make straight in, runway 24, report a 3-mile final.
SoCal approach, Epic 143 Victor Tango, 2,500, 4,000.
243 Victor Tango, SoCal ID.
Roger, I did. Okay, so we're going to fly past. We're going to fly past Paradise.
Number 7786 Golf's now cleared to the San Diego Bravo
Gear up.
airspace at or below 3,000. I'll get a Limburg altimeter for you in a second.
So we're through that.
6 Golf, Limburg altimeter 2989er.
Traffic. Traffic.
To Quebec, November, right when able, Bravo to the ramp, remain this frequency. Can I?
Here's our parallel hold entry. Oh, it was fun. We had a nice little power flicker. I hope everybody's still there.
Not 1 Alpha Tango, you can resume on navigation.
Whoa. We've got
Clear
some
of conflict.
serious power flickers coming on. I gotta slow way, way down.
Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, connect LA Center 128.6.
We were going way too fast.
Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, LA Center, Roger. The thermal altimeter 2966.
Oh, that was terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Should have been going way slower.
437 Papa Delta, connect LA Center 128.6. 7786 Golf, advising you up to Lindbergh Airport and safe.
Alright, so there we go. We're now established in the hole.
43 Victor Tango, radar contact, climb and maintain 900,000.
Climb and maintain 900,000, 3 Victor Tango.
3 Victor Tango, the Ontario altimeter 2986.
2986, 3 Victor Tango. So we're going to give it some power so that we can make this climb.
437 Papa Delta, LA Center, good evening. Thermal altimeter 2966.
So now we're going to head right turn 030. Give it more power, get us up to 900,000. We got to be at least 6,700 to reestablish our route.
Number 23 Juliet Palomar Tower, thanks. Runway 24 clear to land. Palomar wind 260 at 4. .437 Papa Delta. This is going to be a first on the Pilot Edge network. Reduce speed 10 knots for sequencing into thermal.
That's fantastic.
Papa Delta traffic 11 o'clock. About a mile eastbound. Altitude indicates 9,700.
So now we're out of the hold. 3 Victor Tango departing the hold.
Number 3 Victor Tango, Roger.
I just gave him a little heads up there. That's me being nice. Well, he's trying to be nice. that's me hoping he'll be nice to me later. So now we're on our way over to Victorville. And we're going up to 900,000. And then we're going to get ready for this DME arc. So apples should set us up nicely. And so let's go ahead and change over to the Paradise VOR, or to the Victorville VOR. We're not quite close enough to pick that up just yet. The key thing that I'm looking at is going to be this distance right here when we're on nav 1. And every time I start to see it climb above 12.2, I'm going to turn left. Every time I see it get a little closer to 12.2, I'm going to turn right a little bit, and we're going to kind of pretend that that's how we do this. Should be doable, I think, maybe. All right. Swami, I'm going to need some of your magic on this one, I think. Got to help me out, buddy. So far, he hasn't told me I failed, even though I flew an absolutely atrocious hold entry.
Roger, right down, runway 27.
So I was actually just flying way too fast, way too everything, and just wasn't able to figure it out.
Number 7786 Golf Connect Limburg Tower 118.3.
Fuel tank switched.
Huh. Well, if you weren't sure what the reason for being at least 9,000 was.
7786 Golf Limburg Tower, just confirm it's a right downwind, runway 27, your critical land 3006.
Let me give you a hint. That's why. There's mountains.
Juliet, Roger, Alpha to the ramp, you can remain this frequency.
You know, I'd like to point out that my sim said that this was supposed to be clear. No clouds. That's what the weather told us. CLR. I don't know.
November 89er uniform, Roger, radar service terminated, connect Bakersfield Tower 118.1. Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, connect SoCal approach 126.7.
So we are level at 9,000, doing about 250 knots, 250 true, and we're doing about 215 knots indicated. And we're just following the purple magenta line until it tries to veer us off course. At which point at Apples we're going to stop paying attention to it. At least until we get up towards Winod. Once we get up to Winod, then we can start to pay a little bit more attention to it. Nice cloud shots for everybody. Oh, that breakout moment right there. We got it. The breakout moment. Oh, so pretty. Up and out into the desert. And we're actually almost to our destination already, so. Expecting a handoff to Joshua Approach here any time now.
Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo SoCal, good evening. Expect a visual approach into thermal. Just let me know if you'd like something else. Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, Roger. Fighting 070, so maintain 5,000.
So I'm just syncing up my
437
heading
Pop
log.
Delta Connect SoCal Approach 126.7.
Approaching waypoint.
Yeah.
437 Papa Delta SoCal, good evening. Thermal altimeter 206.6. Expect a visual approach. Just let me know if you'd like something else.
That's alright, man. What kind of dog do you got?
Right now, uniform runway 30 right, clear to land. Number 118 Foxtrot Romeo, San Luis ground, runway 29 taxi via Alpha. Four 37 Papa Delta, heading 350, descend and maintain 7,000. 360 Bravo Golf, connect Oakland Center, 127.45.
I can't.
143 Victor Tango, connect Joshua approach 126.1.
126.1. 3 Victor Tango. So I'm going to put that in this radio.
Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, turn left heading 090.
Approaching waypoint.
Joshua Approach, Epic 143 Victor Tango, level 9000.
Okay, 3 airplanes, call at once, sir. I'll get to you one at a time. 143 Victor Tango, Joshua approach at Apples, cleared. VOR DME runway 17 approach, Victorville altimeter 2993.
Cleared VOR DME 17. 3 Victor Tango.
November 7786 Golf Bravo to the ramp, coming this frequency.
So 12.2, we're in heading
Charlie
mode.
Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, descend and maintain 4,000.
And so we're going to do little right turns.
An aircraft landing Palm Springs. Say call sign only, please. For 572 Juliet Alpha, Palm Springs, good evening. Make straight in runway 31 right and report a 3-mile final altimeter for 2973.
.6, we're a little far out. Bringing it in, 12.5. 059.
Number 891 Alpha Tango, connect SoCal approach 135.4.
That's awesome. I've got to rescue myself. Mine is a Chinook mix. You can look that up on the web.
Number 18 Foxtrot Romeo, San Luis ground, roger. Once you're holding short of the runway, you can contact the tower on your own. 3891 Alpha Tango, SoCal, good evening, Palm Springs, altimeter 2973.
Just keeping this at about 12.2, 12.3. I'm 1/10 off. I'm okay
Papa
with that.
Delta, turn right heading 090, descend and maintain 5000.
I gotta get down here as well. 6600.
Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, turn left heading 340.
039er. Turn left.
18 Foxtrot Romeo San Luis Tower, left close, traffic approved. Port midfield down each time, runway 29er clear for takeoff.
029er. Gotta go down faster. .2 029er 019 Once we reach Blythe, we can go down to 5200.
Bravo Thermal Airport, 10 o'clock, 8 miles, advising you have the field safe.
Let's slow this down.
Approaching waypoint.
Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, flighting 280, I'll let you point you straight at the airport.
And 5200.
Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, descend and maintain 3000. Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, roger, clear visual approach into the thermal airport. Any runway you choose at an uncontrolled airport.
Approaching waypoint.
Let's go ahead and pop that into nav.
Right heading 100.
And
Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, show 1 VFR target departing the field. Airport cancellation of
4300.
IFR on the ground or in the air on this frequency. Change to advisory frequency approved. Charlie Golf Victor Zulu Bravo, just squawk VFR frequency change approved. We'll talk to you on the way out. 437 Papa Delta, descend and maintain 4000.
hey, we did it! Yeah, it's a Chinook. He's a New Hampshire sled dog. There's our runway. And we're at 4,300 until we reach Uncal, and then we can go down to
437 Papa Delta, turn right heading 130.
up to 3,500. Okay, what's my next?
Approaching waypoint.
3 Foxtrot Romeo, runway 29 cleared for the option.
Our minimums are 3420.
3 Victor Tango, see the arc wasn't that hard. Hi, Victorville Tower 118.35.
118.35. Thank you, my friend.
437 Papa Delta, Thermal Airport, 2 o'clock, 4 miles, advising you have the field safe. 7 Papa Delta, roger, just had a Cirrus go in there. He's indicating 4,000 feet on approach there. Now use caution. Also another VFR target just to the east of the field. Climbing at 2,400. Clear visual approach into the thermal airport.
Victorville Tower, Epic 143, Victor Tango on VOR DME runway 17.
Seven Papa Delta, roger, squawk
Gear
VFR, frequency change approved.
So we got to go up to 3,500 feet, and then we make a right turn towards heading 300.
Approaching waypoint.
So we're going to put this in as 300. Victorville Tower, Epic 143 Victor Tango, VOR DME runway 17 approach.
143 Victor Tango, Victorville Tower. Good evening. Just verify I'll be going missed on this one.
That's correct. We'd like a low approach, please. 3 Victor Tango.
Tango Roger, runways 17 cleared low approach, wind 180, 19er gust 23.
Cleared low approach, runway 17, 3 Victor Tango. Put a little power back into it. We're just going to fly right by this sucker. Is this all autopilot? I'm managing the throttle. The throttle is all me, and then I was setting up and using autopilot to do all the navigation. I was controlling the heading and all of those sorts of things. But yes, I'm not actually flying the plane. I'm just sort of telling the plane where to go. There's too much workload to hand fly it, at least in my opinion. X-Plane is not particularly good at like trimming out the planes and all of that stuff. And it, if it was a little better, then you could do that. But all right, so up to 3,500. I don't want that yet, please. Let's go into heading mode. 3500. Vertical speed. Three Victor Tango reporting miss.
3 Victor Tango Roger, execute missed approach procedure as published. Contact Joshua approach 126.1.
Execute missed as published and over to Joshua approach. 3 Victor Tango. Joshua approach, Epic 143 Victor Tango, executing missed approach.
Number 8 Foxtrot Romeo, runway 29 cleared for the option. 143 Victor Tango, Joshua approach, Roger, Victorville altimeter 299.3.
Joshua approach, Epic 143 Victor Tango. We'd like to cancel IFR.
Number 143 Victor Tango, Joshua Roger, IFR cancellation received. Number 5989 Uniform Alpha to the ramp, remain this frequency, that's a pass for the Cat 5.
Okay, so we're going to flip back over. I'm going to go ahead and take this off of autopilot. And I'm going to pop this in direct. Victorville Tower, Epic 143 Victor Tango, 4 miles to the west, looking for landing on 17.
143 Victor Tango, Victorville Tower, and a right base, runway 17.
Right base for 17, 3 Victor Tango.
3 Victor Tango, on runway 17, you are clear to land, the wind 180 at 17.
Clear to land, runway 17, 3 Victor Tango. So let's start turning back in towards the airport here. There's the runway. Is this scenery still Nevada, like last time you flew to Vegas? This is actually in California. So this is Northern California, actually.
Approaching waypoint.
And Palm Springs Tower, Skyhawk 572 Juliet Alpha is on 3-mile final for runway 31 right with information X-ray.
Go to Juliet Alpha. Thanks, runway 31 right, clear to land, wind 310 at 14.
Great, cleared to land to Skyhawk 2 Juliet Alpha.
This particular airport is not going to be nearly as impressive as the Vegas airport.
2110055.
Just letting you know. This is a tiny little airport. Flaps full. Start slowing way down.
St. Louis Tower, November 118 Foxtrot Romeo, midfield left downwind, runway 29er.
18 Foxtrot Romeo, roger, runway 29er, cleared for the option.
Clear for the option, runway 29er. Well, this will be a full stop for 8 Foxtrot Romeo.
8 Fox Romeo, roger.
So just FYI, if you hear clear for the option, you're actually cleared to make a full stop. That is one of the options. Ooh, a little low. And there's 17 identified. Power down. Floating it. Float, float, float. And down. Beta. Don't need quite that much beta mode. Brakes off. Let's roll out here. So it looks like we're going to be off here at Echo 3, it looks like. Check this with the sign. Yep, Echo 3. And we'll bring it to a full stop right here. Victorville Tower, Epic 143, Victor Tango, clear of runway 17 at Echo 3.
November 3, Victor Tango, you passed the Cat 11 taxi to the ramp via Echo, cross runway 17. Frequency.
Just to verify, we're gonna go to Echo, and then we're gonna cross. I'm expecting to cross runway 21, not 17. 143 Victor Tango.
November 3 Victor Tango, that's correct. Cross runway 21 at Echo. My apologies, and remain this frequency.
Roger. We'll cross 21 at Echo, and thank you very much for the pass on the I-11. Woohoo!
November 8 Fox Romeo, you passed the Cat 2 test. Congratulate Cat 3 test, correction. Taxi to the ramp via Alpha, remain this frequency.
Taxiing the ramp via Alpha, remaining this frequency, 8 Foxtrot Romeo.
Swami, we did it! We did it, Swami!
Number 2 Juliet Alpha, taxi to parking via Echo,
runway 30 or 31 right. Requesting taxi to the ramp.
Sky 2 Juliet Alpha, remain this frequency. Taxi to parking via Alpha. Good day.
Okay, parking via the Alpha. Good night.
I couldn't have done it without your support, Swami. No, I'm teasing, but man, it was good to have you here, and it's a lot of fun. And yeah, no, this has been a tremendous experience, and I could not be happier with everything that I learned. And I mean, I can't believe I just flew a DME ARC. It's amazing. Never done anything like that before. So I've come so much further than I ever intended or ever thought was possible when I started. And just to give you a clue, I've only been doing this. I started flight simming maybe 2 months ago. I joined Pilot Edge about 3 weeks ago. And I learned all of this in just a very short matter of time with a lot of work and lots of flights. But, and I'm not done. It's lots to work on still. But it's an amazing program. And it is well worth the money for anyone who is expecting or anyone who wants to learn how to fly or just fly better. And also, there's just amazing ATC voices, and you get to hear other people, and it feels like you're in a real world. So, if you're even thinking about Pilot Edge, do it. Do it in a heartbeat. You will not regret it. Just be ready for them to give you little corrections and tell you how to do it, and help you improve. But I'll say the effort that you put in is rewarded 100-fold. This place is like an airplane graveyard or something. I don't know. Okay, we're going to follow Echo around. And this is just a huge airport in the desert. Oh, gotta look at where I'm going. We've got some crosswind. Let me put the flaps up so I stop picking up so much of that crosswind. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do next. We've got our clearance to cross runway 21, so we're good there. Just give it a quick look, make sure nobody's landing. Just to double check. Start to slow down a little bit here. And we are going to go right into the ramp.
Palm Springs clearance delivery. Cutlass, November 891 Alpha Tango. Over.
Wow, that's some tough ATC work there.
Cutlass 8901 Alpha Tango, Palm Springs clearance delivery.
Over is not one of the words.
Palm Springs clearance delivery. Cutlass, November 8991 Alpha Tango. Request flight following to Ontario. Flight altitude will be 7,500 feet.
Alright, let's go ahead and just park this thing right here.
Cutlass 1 Alpha Tango, Roger, SoCal, departure frequency 126.7. Squawk 4301.
Oh, did they update that already?
126.7, squawk 4301, 1 Alpha Tango.
Cutlass 1 Alpha Tango, read back correct.
Let's see here. We had a whole bunch of people pass recently, so let's see if they actually updated. I'm not on the homepage anymore. No, they haven't updated it yet. That still says I'm going to have to check. Cat 3 is not me. I was doing the I-11. Cat 3 is something I did a long time ago.
San Luis ground, November 118, Foxtrot, Romeo transient parking with hotel, outbound to Santa Maria Airport for the Category 4 rating, ready to taxi.
Sky 118 Fox Romeo, San Luis ground runway 29er, taxi via Alpha.
29er, taxi via Alpha for
Oh no, it's got it there. Okay. Yeah, they have me. Let me just check real quick. Nope, they only have me as I-10. Yeah, no, he called somebody else in the Cat 10. He said Cat 11 for me. So I'll give him a call here.
Palm Springs ground, Cutlass, November 891 Alpha Tango.
Once he's got his
General
hands full.
Aviation parking with Quebec, ready for taxi to the northwest.
No, you're a good man.
Cutlass 1 Alpha
I
Tango,
appreciate you
runway
letting me
319,
know.
Taxi via Bravo.
It made me check. It is
Runway
pretty late. I'm getting
31
ready to go to bed
right,
here
taxi
soon
via
too.
Bravo.
As soon as I get this done.
1 Alpha Tango.
Victorville Tower, Epic 143 Victor Tango. Question when you get a second.
Epic 143 Victor Tango, Victorville Tower, go ahead.
Just want to verify that you got the rating filed correctly for the I-11 that I just passed. I didn't see it come through, and you said the wrong thing when you called it.
Epic 3 Victor Tango, thank you for checking. I actually put it as a cat rating, and the system returned an error that I did not notice. So the I-11 test has been inputted, and that should reflect correctly now.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. 3 Victor Tango.
Thank you.
And thank you, Swami. Because you made me go look, and boom, there it is. All done. So, let's go ahead and turn this thing off. Job done. So that is... Oh, yes, and then fuel tank switched, of course. I just shut you off. Why are you switching to fuel tank? So, there we go. That's how we do the cat rating. We're going to go ahead and pop all this stuff off. Let's grab the generator. We'll start the generator up. That wonderful generator sound will turn off all of our lights and our radar and separators and all of that stuff. We'll come over, we'll pop open the doors. And we'll take a nice quick look here at the very rock solid Aerobas Epic E1000. This plane has gotten me through all of the I ratings. I did them all, with the exception of the I-9, only because this plane doesn't have the ability to maintain 280 knots, and an auto throttle was really helpful there. But
Sky 118 Foxtrot Romeo, San Luis Tower.
My next stream will be on Thursday night, Eastern Time, and we'll be looking forward to doing something new. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do yet, so I got a couple of days. Tomorrow on this channel, I'll be hosting my WoW raid, my World of Warcraft raid team's raid. So you can watch that if you want, but we'll be back for more flying on Thursday. And I get to do whatever I want. I completed the training.
Ready for departure.
So, thanks everybody for watching. I had a great time doing this. Look forward to seeing you again on Thursday, if not on Tuesday. And if Swami says in chat, job done. Check that sucker off. Have a great one, everybody, and we will see you next time.